What's going on, guys? The Iron King here, back with another Dragon Ball: The Breakers video. Now, previously I talked about what active skills you need before Season 2 starts, but I also want to talk about what active skills you need mastered before Season 2 starts, just because there are some active skills that I feel like aren't really at their best until they are mastered, or ones that you should have, that way you can use them with whatever build that you want. So let's get right into it. So some of these active skills are kind of going to be in line with ones that are in the ones that you need for Season 2. So kind of obvious, Energy Field. I cannot find it. Here it is. Energy Field is definitely an ability you want mastered. Most cases, you're probably going to be using Android 17 for his Super Electric Strike, but on the off chance that you don't have Super Electric Strike unlocked, you're going to want this ability mastered, just because, again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's an ability that you can use in combination with basically any other active skill in the game. You can use this with the grappling hook. You can use this with Kaioken Rush. You can use this with Krillin's Shoe. You can use this with Solar Flare, and it goes on and on and on. And I feel like what a lot of people don't even realize is that you can use this to kind of stall out the Super Time Machine. If the Raider is trying to destroy the Super Time Machine and you don't have your Dragon Change, and if you don't have any other active skills, you don't have a rocket launcher, you can run at the Super Time Machine, pop your barrier, and then knock the Raider off the Super Time Machine. And if the Raider tries to attack you while you have this up, they will drop their Dragon Ball. So it's just very, very useful, dude. It has so many uses. It's going to age very, very well. And with that in mind, it's definitely an ability that you need mastered, just because if you look at the cooldown here, it's long, man. It's a pretty long cooldown. So as much as you can upgrade this ability, do you need it maxed out? That's up to you, but I feel you definitely need it mastered at the least. Now, very similar to active skills that you need, the motorbike or the Boba bike is definitely an ability that you want mastered, just because I imagine a lot of you don't use the Bulma skin. And if you're not using the Bulma skin, guess what? You're going to need the Bulma bike mastered. Now, the reason why this ability is so good is for its, exploration measures, just allowing you to explore the map very, very quickly, getting around very fast. And say if there's a down survivor like in Area C and you're in Area E, you can get across to the map very, very quick. Or if you needed to escape, this ability is very, very good in that sense, but you will need the speed boost passive equipped to have this ability working as good as it does. So you're going to want this mastered, otherwise you'll have to equip the Bulma skin. Moving on, Kaioken Rush. So this is looking very similar to the active skills that you need, but Kaioken Rush is very, very good for the reasons I've described before. Dude, I'm sorry. I just said very, very good like 6 times. I apologize, guys. Do a very, very good counter in the comments. But anyways, Kaioken Rush is good because it allows you to knock the Raider back. It allows you to traverse the map. And honestly, I've actually killed the Raider with this once or twice. It does inflict damage. Some people don't realize it, but it does inflict a teeny bit of damage, and it knocks the Raider back far. But Goku, unfortunately, doesn't really have that many great super attacks. I mean, he has the Kamehameha and he has the Spirit Bomb, which are probably his best super attacks. So with Goku not being a great transfer overall, you're getting more than likely going to want to master this. That way you don't have to equip Goku as a transfer to use the Kaioken Rush. So that's why you want to master Kaioken Rush. Moving on, we have the Charming Pose, and kind of similar to the Bulma bike, unless you have Bulma equipped as a character skin, you're not going to be able to equip the Charming Pose. And I kind of just see the Booty Wiggle or Charming Pose as a more reliable Solar Flare. And I believe the range is a little bit better as well. The worst thing about it is its cooldown, so keep that in mind. But I do think this is a very good stun ability, and stuns are always very good in stopping the Raider from absorbing a fellow survivor, from destroying the Super Time Machine, and allowing other survivors to land super attacks. So yeah, I think this is definitely an ability that you want to master for sure. Now, kind of similar to Goku, I don't really, actually, Cell is a decent transfer, because he does have special beam cannon, even if you don't like his Kamehameha, like his version of the Kamehameha. I don't really care for it, but I don't really like Cell that much as a transfer. I would, again, rather use someone like Android 17 So with that in mind, I think After Image is definitely a good active skill to master, just because it's very, very good to, I said very, very good again. It's good to get away from raiders getting you in a melee combo. Pretty much it's the same version of a raider using a knockback ability. This is the survivor's version of it. So moving on, we have Krillin's Shoe. Now I imagine most of you are not rocking Krillin as a transfer, but this is a good stun ability, and like I mentioned previously, this is an ability that can be used in combination with other stuns, or you could use this stun and another stun on top of it, allowing other survivors to escape, land super attacks, or work on the super time machine. So it's a very good ability to allow you to unlock another skill that you don't need to equip Krillin for. Moving on, we have the Solar Flare. Now the Solar Flare is another stun, has a very, very short cooldown. Dude, I keep saying very, very, bro. Has a cool, short cooldown. The range is decent. It lands, I don't know, man. I've had bad experiences with Solar Flare, but I think that's just a personal thing with me. It's a stun. Stuns are always useful. I just find the booty wheel better, but Tien's super attacks are trash until they give him like a Tri-Beam and Neo Tri-Beam. You're not really going to be using Tien ever, so that's why you're going to want to master Solar Flare. And for our last super is the Sane Pod Remote is the last active skill that I think you guys need to master. Just because, although I've always talked I talk bad on the Sane Pod Remote. It's an ability that basically is a free escape. They did decrease the speed of which it lands. So if you know the raider is coming to you, want to call this thing instantaneously, dude. And it can be destroyed, so keep that in mind. But I feel like this is a skill that you probably want mastered if you're starting out the game. If you're a veteran like myself, you probably won't need it. But Vegeta's super attacks are dog shit. He has a Gallic Gun and like full power energy wave, which is the basic super attack. So most people are not going to be using Vegeta as a transfer. So if you want to use the same power remote, you're going to want to master this ability. But yeah, guys, these are the abilities that I feel like that are worth mastering. Honorable mentions, maybe Change. But I think that's about it. Like, I really don't see any of these other active skills being useful and even worth mastering besides Change. But let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong, if there were any other active skills that you think are worth mastering. Let me know. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe for more Dragon Ball The Breakers content, news, funny moments, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.